Traders, welcome in. In this video, I'm going to review September 22nd, today's action, and then also preview the watch list for tomorrow, which is September 23rd. So, Soluna Holdings, this thing is a beast. Just a penny stock that escalated, made a big run, and it was setting up here on the hourly, so I liked how this looked. And 105 was my key level. I put it in my watch list on Friday, and it was something that I was watching going into today. Unfortunately, a lot of my positions had kind of gapped down into the open, and this thing was strong. It actually gapped up. So I was kind of preoccupied focusing on those positions, managing them, and I was not willing to chase something that was gapping higher when things felt like they were starting to sell off. So it makes sense why I didn't get in. Actually, some people in the Discord did, so that's great for them. They're up over 120% since the entry just in one day. So that's really, really good stuff, obviously. And Soluna Holdings is just a beautiful setup. If the market was a little stronger today, I may have chased. If the market was stronger off the open, I may have chased that gap a little bit and just situated myself with a tight stop loss. And this would have been a very different position for me. But anyway, it was, overall, I'm glad people made money on this in the Discord community. And it's just, an example of a setup that took off. You have a key level here, pops over that key level, some strong volume. You can see the strong volume there. And this is the result you can get. SoundHound AI, I'm in this one. This stock is looking really, really good. Beautiful development in here, as you can see. Looks like a cup and handle. Cup, handle, takes off. This is a typical setup here. I expect this thing to retrace to the highs, so I do expect this to make its way to $25. So far, so good. The volume is coming in. This kind of feels like it's just in the right position to make a strong run here, assuming that growth stocks remain strong, right? If growth stocks taper off, then I don't expect this to obviously make a very strong move, and that goes for any stock that is on the watch list right now. GoPro, this is my top holding right now. AMPX and GoPro are almost tied, but I have quite a bit of GoPro. We entered it in the Discord at 180 was my entry. I overpaid. I really should have been closer to 175, but I remember the time of entry, it was, it just kind of made a really quick move, but we were able to place a tight stop loss, and this stock has been relentless. Really good action today. It actually was slowing down a little bit in here, but the overall trend has been really strong and the volume has been strong. I think this thing has immense potential, especially when you look on the weekly. This just looks like a moving freight train. Nothing's going to stop this right now. The volume is coming in incredibly well, and the market cap is under 500 million. So that's important to note. This hasn't really gotten that meme adoption that I was looking for when I initially bought. I think this is one of those stocks that can really get picked up by retail heavily, and with a market cap of under 500 million and a recognizable brand, this thing could skyrocket immensely from here. I think it can possibly reach double digits. So we'll be watching that, and I haven't sold a single share yet. My stop loss currently for for half the position is about 235. That would be my stop loss for the current position. Half of it, that is. Okay, so going on to the stocks that I'm watching for tomorrow. RCAT, RCAT, this is a drone/robotics trade, which drones and robotics are a hot theme right now. This is an awesome chart. Made a big move last year, which I traded this. Went from 3 to 15. It's pulled back. This is moved similarly to the quantum names. It made a pullback, started to actually move higher, made a big push to the upside, and then kind of cup and handle-ish here. So that's exactly what we're looking at, another cup and handle type move. And this is pretty no-brainer setup. I actually tried for a smaller entry today and I got stopped out, but I didn't think it was gonna go, and my stop loss was a little too tight because I just wasn't able to get the proper risk reward I wanted. But for a full-size position, I think now we're properly positioned because it's very close to the breakout level, which for me, the breakout level is 1150. So we're right on that breakout level, just about, only 20 cents off of it. So I'm going to be able to situate my stop loss tightly once I enter this position. And I think breaking over that tomorrow with some nice volume, this thing can get sent to 15 pretty quickly. And that would be a retracement of these highs. And from there, if the market is still strong and growth stocks are still running, this thing could really make some significant strides. So again, it's in that hot drone theme right now. That's just robotics, drones, that's hot. Clean energy, nuclear specifically, is really hot right now. So those are kind of the hottest areas of the hottest themes for us right now when trading growth names. OPAD is next, and I think OPAD is really good because it was only down 2% today, and this is an open door sympathy. Open door is starting to collapse. This was down 12.5%, and then you have OPAD, which was up for a majority of the day actually, and I'll show you my entry. My entry was, let me go on the 15-minute. Okay, so my entry was this break right here over 510, and it initially pushed into the key level of 550, and I was like, okay, if it can break out over 550, this is where we see the real move, right? But 510 was a good entry point, and the true breakout is at 550. Pulled back, it retested it, couldn't do it. So here we are now at 499, and by the way, the reason why it failed twice and couldn't break out is just because open was sliding the whole day. So this has a lot of relative strength in comparison to open door, but when it's falling off a cliff, it's very difficult for this stock to break out to the over a significant level with a lot of supply. But assuming it can get through 550, I would add on to this more. I currently have a half size position here. I would increase it to a full size position over 550. This thing looks really, really good. Strong move, and then you just have this consolidation. You can see this 550 level is heavily respected. Every time the stock has gotten to that level, it's pulled back. But it's pulled back and it's starting to develop higher lows, as you can see. And throughout the process, the volume has been declining, which tells us that buyers are accumulating, sellers have kind of removed themselves from the position already, taking profits. There's a few more profit takers here, obviously, because when we tapped the 550, there was some selling, but I assume most of them are leaving at this point. Volume has pretty much tapered, so I think it's really good position going into really good trade going into tomorrow. Rocket Lab, this thing is awesome. I really like Rocket Lab. Obviously, it's been one of the best performers of the last year and a half. And then you see it here, higher lows throughout, and then you have this key level of 50-50 basically, or 50-35 to 50-50. That is a key level. As you can see, Rocket Lab has respected this time and time again. It's rejected it, but now and this was a failed breakout, which I did not trade that, but it has gained even more strength, making higher lows. I think it can break out on the next attempt. It's right there, so we're going to be able to get a really good risk reward entry. We'll be able to buy a lot of shares for a flat amount of risk. I'd probably go half size on this and then maybe look to scale in on an hourly flag or something. And I would go half size mainly because it's failed quite a few times, and again, I'm not sure how clear or how much confirmation I'll get that this breakout will be different, but I will say the higher lows give me a lot more confidence going into tomorrow possibly trading this. So Solid Power is next. This is another clean energy stock that's already made a huge move. I mean, this is up, from $1 to $4.50. But when we go to the weekly, this thing looks like it has a lot more room. And this is an amazing weekly setup. As you can see, big push and then higher lows, lower highs. This is just tightening up masterfully. And I think the key level here is 475. That would be my key level. This could use a couple more days to consolidate properly into this level, but it may try to break out tomorrow. If it does, it feels a little extended, so definitely would be a half size position for me. But I would look for another opportunity. Let's say it does break out. I'm in half size. I would look for another opportunity along the lines to scale up into this position. So add more. So yeah. And then lastly, we have Hive, HIVE. This is a Bitcoin stock, and my current Bitcoin stock of choice, BMNR, has not been performing well recently. It does look like this trade is possibly running its course, putting in a lower high, That's what it's looking like at the moment. So, and Bitcoin is not the strongest right now, but if Bitcoin does regain its traction, I really like Hive. I think this thing is positioned to go a lot higher. It's made some really significant strides and it's starting to consolidate. Today it started to fall off the cliff a little bit and then it pulled off the lows, which is a good sign of strength. So I like it. It's going to need a few more days to develop, but I thought I'd throw it on the watch list for tomorrow because the key level is basically 408 to 410 and it's at 380, so it's 20 cents off of the key level. If it rallies and breaks out tomorrow, it's going to be harder to actually take the trade from an RR perspective, but it is close to the breakout level, so I just wanted to throw on the watch list for that. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. The link to the Discord is in the bio. Go check it out. My X is obviously free. It's link in bio as well. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.